All right, welcome back to Wants to Know. Dr. Kelly Gebhardt is taking your questions about treating your furry friends for aches, pains, and anything else. We've got a whole gamut of questions here, all right? So this first one is talking about pet dental work. Are there low price places, and what kinds of dental work do pets normally need?
So I don't know of any low-cost dental facilities. It's definitely something to talk with your regular vet about. Each pet will require a different level of dental care based on the severity of their dental disease. Standardly, it's general anesthesia with a full dental cleaning and probing of the teeth to look for pockets, just like when we go to the dentist. And standard of care also includes x-rays to make sure there's no disease at the tooth roots. Because just like people, dogs can have disease under the gingiva at the tooth root, which you might not be able to see without x-rays. So the cost will depend on the level of care provided. And that's definitely something to talk with your regular vet about.
And just curious, when do you start that whole dental cleaning thing?
I would say anytime after a year. They don't really start, and some dogs just genetically have bad teeth and require dental cleanings much earlier than others. Some can go a couple of years without it. Others, within a year, their teeth are looking kind of rough, like small breeds in particular. So each dog's a little bit different, and getting your pet's teeth looked at during the annual exam will help make that decision.
Okay. This person says, why does my pet lick his paws so much? Then he's licking my arm. What's causing him to do that?
So if it's just licking, if you would have just said licking the paws, my first thought is allergies, right? That can be one of the first spots and where they lick continuously due to itchy feet. But if they're licking other things like your arm or the furniture or carpet, it can be an anxiety behavior. So that's a little bit interesting because it sounds like it's not just the feet. And I think talking with your regular vet to kind of get to the source of that, like what stimulates it, does something happen right before the licking behavior? Is there a reverse sneeze and then they lick? Is it anxiety related or related to something medical? Getting to the bottom of that through physical exam and talking through the history is really important.
So this person says, my dog has anxiety. What can I do to help her? She's afraid of the sound of cars when they come by. She's terrified of motorcycles.
Yeah, that's some loud sound. Motorcycles can be really loud. Some cars are really loud. So it might be a noise related anxiety. Talking with your regular vet about maybe starting on some anti-anxiety medication, a thunder shirt when you know she's going to be in the situations that might stimulate anxiety on a walk or things like that. Those are important. And even talking with a doggy behaviorist or a doggy trainer to help counter condition her in those situations that stimulate anxiety would be important, because long term that's going to give her a better quality of life too, because nobody likes to live with anxiety, right? And the more anxiety you have, the more anxiety you get. So the same is true with dogs as well.
Okay. So this person says, my dog is 5 years old. We thought she was potty trained for a while, but we still have to clean up after her when we get home. We put pads down, but it's still a problem. What can we do at her age to get her back to doing her business outside?
Yeah. So my first thought is, if she was potty trained and suddenly started peeing in the house again, I would wonder if there's an underlying medical issue, like a urinary tract infection. Getting to the bottom of that's going to be really important. Making sure that there's no medical issue that is making it so that she can't hold it anymore. Or is she incontinent, meaning not able to hold the pee? So that's very important. And once you eliminate the underlying medical cause or any underlying medical causes, then you can work on behavioral training.
Yeah, because it's different if it's when the dog's left alone versus they can go all night, right, and sleep all night without going anywhere with a problem.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right, I see. Okay, so this person says, how can I keep my cat from peeing on my couch?
Yeah, that's a tough one. So that can be an indication of, it can be marking behavior. I don't know if it's a male or a female, if it's a male and if he's neutered, if there are multiple cats in the house, it can be a behavioral thing. And once they pee on a spot, it can be hard to get them to stop because the scent is so strong. Even when you use the special, like Nature's Miracle and the things with enzymes to break up the smell, they can still smell it. So it can be a behavioral thing. Again, you want to make sure there are no underlying medical issues like urinary tract infections or inflammation of the bladder. And if there's a stressor in the house, dealing with that anxiety, inappropriate urination in cats is actually a really big problem for a lot of people and their cats. So getting to the bottom of it and putting them on appropriate medications as needed. Some cats even need anti-anxiety meds essentially to break those patterns of behavior of inappropriate urination. So that's also a situation to talk with your regular vet.
Okay. This person says, what if you skip a heartworm pill for a month by accident? I know I've done it too. I now have to write it down on the calendar.
Yep, absolutely. It's a challenge. It's so easy to forget because time goes by so fast. A lot of those pills actually, they say they're good for, 30 days, but they actually last for maybe a little bit longer than that. So you're probably totally fine if you miss one. Just give it as soon as you remember. And then remember to get your dog heartworm tested the next time you're at your vet, or even schedule an appointment for 6 months out to have an annual exam and have a heartworm check just to make sure there was no breakthrough infection. And one really great product out that is a much improved from what it used to be is ProHeart. There's ProHeart 6 and ProHeart 12. One injection lasts for 6 months with ProHeart 6 and 12 months with ProHeart 12. So that means you don't have to remember every month. So that's something you could talk with your regular vet about. Not all vets are carrying it. A lot of them do, but it's an option for you. And there's so many, heartworm preventative options out there now. But heartworm preventative is just super important. So.
Okay. All right, we are continuing to take your questions. We've got one more segment with Ask the Vet when we come back.